Greetings to all. This is Vaishnavi, Assistant Professor, IT Department from SNS College of Engineering. Now we are going to see about the file sharing in operating systems. Multiple users. When an operating system accommodates multiple users, the issues of file sharing, file naming, and file production become predominant. The system is either can allow the user to access the file of other users by default, or it may require that the user specifically grant access to the files. These are the issues of the access control and the protections. To implementing the sharing and production, the system must maintain more file and directory attributes than on a single user systems. The owner is the user who may change the attributes and the grant accesses and has the most control over the file or directory. Next point, the group attribute of the file is used to define a subset of users who may share the access to the file. Next one, most systems implement the owner attributes by managing the list of users names and associates the user identifiers. Next point, when a user logs into the system, the authentication stage determines the appropriate user ID for the user. Next one, that user ID is associated with all of the user processes. Next one, when they need to be the user readable, they are translated and back to the username via the user name list. Next point, likewise, the group functionality can be implemented as a system-wide list of the group names and the group identifiers. Last point, every user can be in the one or more groups depending upon the operating system design decisions. The user group IDs is also included in the every associated process and the threads. Second one is remote file systems, that is networks allow the communication between the remote computers. That one, the networking allows the sharing or the resources spread within the campus or even around the world. User manually transfers the file between the machines via the programs like FTP. The distributed file system, that is DFS, in which the remote directory is visible from the local machines. Next one, the World Wide Web, that the browser is needed to gain access to the remote file and separate the option, that is essentially a wrapper for FTP are used to transfer the files. Here we have that client server model, that is remote file systems allows the computer to an amount of one or more file system from one or more remote machines. The server can serve the multiple clients and the client can use the multiple servers depending on upon the implementation details of the given client server facility. Client identification is more difficult. Clients can be specified by their network name or other identifiers such as IP addresses, but these can be spoofed or imitated. An unauthorized client can spoof the server into deciding that is authorized, and an unauthorized client could be allowed to be accessed. Next model is distributed information systems. The distributed information systems, also known as the distributed naming services, have been devised to provide the unified access to the information needed for the remote computing. Domain name system, that is DNS, provides a host name to network address translations for their entire internet, that including the World Wide Web. Before the DNS, that is domain name system, was invented became the widespread, the file containing the same information were sent via the email or FTP between all the networked hosts. Third one is failure modes. The retended arrays of inexpensive disk, that is RAID, can prevent the loss of disk from the resulting in the loss of data. The remote file system has the more failure nodes. Fourth one is consistency semantics. It is a characterization of the system that specifies the semantics of the multiple users accessing the shared file simultaneously. These semantics are typically implemented as a code with the file systems. The series of the access between the open and the close operation is the file sessions. Thank you.